It's heartbreaking for me to be here talking about off-season when we should be talking about playoff basketball. But now it's time to focus on the positives that are in front of us. We've got good young talent.
Weems gives it to DeRozan plus the foul.
I think the growth and the development of our young players was very good.
It was a great year for me. It's a great year for me. Me coming from Denver last year, not playing at all, to being a starter the last 17 games of my NBA season. I think deep in the back of my mind that now I belong here, and I'm going to be here for a while.
The Mari was perfect for him. I think it was a really good rookie season.
We found two guys that want to get better, that are committed to getting better, and showed some of the other positives are what we did at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, the best scoring team in the Eastern Conference.
We show like we can be really good, and we can beat LA, and we can be, Cleveland.
Right now it's really tough to see positive things, also because last year we were at the same point. We didn't make the playoffs, and we were talking about next year that everything was going to change. We were going to be better. So this year we're still again here. We didn't make the playoffs, so it's really difficult now to see positive stuff for me.
Positives, I mean, it's a number of them. I mean, obviously the relationships I've made with these new guys, my coaches, teammates, staff, these great fans up here. They've accepted me into their community with open arms, and I mean, that's not something that's easy for people to do, and I really appreciate them for that. But watching guys grow, I think Amir, Sonny, even Chris, I thought he had some growth this year as a player, as a person. Andrea, just the number of guys, watching them develop is just a joy for me.
Well, we learned a lot. We learned a lot about the players we have in the locker room. We learned a lot about our coaching staff. We learned a lot about what we need to do to get better.
Sometimes when in the process of defeat, you have to kind of look at how you can use that lesson so you won't feel that way again. And I think being there as a team, we can look at things and see where we made mistakes and not make those mistakes again, or if it feels the same way, if it's going down the same road, we can change it.
I learned a lot about our team. I think the one thing that if I could do things again differently, I would do less X's and O's and less of the technical part of the game. I think that I get caught up in that sometimes and trying to find the right play that'll beat the right team in the technical part of it. Probably need to be more in the locker room with the players and more demanding of what they need to do and more in their ear, in their face, communicate better with them.
You see what happened when you took the ball twice to the baseline? Defense can never react. They never got back into it.
I think most of my time this year was spent with my coaches trying to develop the strategy and the plan. There's that old saying, it's not the X's and O's, it's the Jimmys and Joes. And I got to be more involved with the players.
This summer's going to be big for everybody. We have a lot of free agents, and see what happens.
We've got a future first-round pick. Right now, slated to be number 13. We'll see where that turns out. His numbers were stellar, 24 points and 11 rebounds. Continues to rise to the occasion and keeps getting better. Now we'll see how his free agent status, pairs, us with, the others, and, we'll see how it plays out. But I've still said that Chris, if he's looking for a competitive place, will be competitive. If he's looking for the most money, we've got the most money and the most options for him. If he wants to go somewhere else, then we'll explore sign and trade scenarios, and we'll be partners together and try to get something back in terms of asset value for him in a sign and trade. But we certainly hope Chris decides that this is the place. Toronto is a city that has given him a lot. He's given a lot to the city, and we hope he continues on.
The season was fun. I'm thankful for the opportunity. This is the most competitive season I've had in the NBA. So to be mad or upset, I mean, it's typical. It's an honest emotion, but I could be at the bottom of the barrel where I had been before I got here. And just to have an opportunity to contend for the playoffs is a blessing. And, you know, I appreciate all the guys I played with. I thought they gave us everything we had, and the coaches as well. It just gives us extra incentive to, you know, do it even bigger and better next year.
Well, I think when you look at the middle 40 games, we showed how we can play and what we're capable of doing when we play together and when everybody's healthy and when we play at the defensive end of the floor. We have to take the positives from that and show that we can do it. We have the personnel to do it, and we have to build on that.
We wasn't the greatest defensive team or greatest offensive team, but some games we found a way to win. I mean, some people think, you know, we wasn't going to be good. We was going to have a even worse record than we have now. I think we overcame a lot. I mean, we're not the greatest team in the world. We're not the worst team in the world. So we overcame a lot, and I think everyone saw it.
No, I think, you know, we were everybody was expecting more on ourselves, and we wanted the first ones wanted to be in those playoffs, and we couldn't. And so the only thing is now is go back home and work in our games and try to get better and make a really good season for the Raptors then as well. So that's all we can say right now, because there is nothing else you can do now. It's better try to be as most positive possible to get ready for the next one.
You know, we can take this and we can get a little wiser from it, a little bit more wise from it, and just try to see things coming a little better next time.